what's up guys? My name is Alex and welcome to another Wynonna Earp recap video. Today I'm going to be recapping Season 2, Episode 5. I don't know what the episode is called. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, so just a heads up for those of you that are new to my channel, my recap video is essentially where I recap and fangirl and talk about what's happened in the episode. So if you guys have not seen the episode, I do highly recommend watching that before watching this video because there is going to be plenty of spoilers. With that being said, let's get into this recap video. So this video is going to be all over the place because I'm starting off this video with the big reveal at the end because, my god, honestly, when I was watching it, when I was doing my reaction video, if you guys want to go check that out, that is on my Patreon. But if you guys, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, okay, pregnancy, that's interesting. It was completely out of the blue. I was not expecting it. And I was like surprised and like I was on board, and then I finished the episode and I went on Twitter and I found out that Melanie was actually pregnant as well. She's been pregnant the whole time filming Season 2 and has had the baby since then. How has that been kept a secret? How? Oh my god, huge props to everyone working on that show because that was a great secret. That was a great secret. My god. So yeah, we're gonna have a baby Earp on our hands, and this baby, I'm very interested to see where they take this storyline because I mean obviously Melanie was pregnant during all of Season 2 filming this, so you know I'm assuming the pregnancy goes through. Yeah, I'm very curious to see where they go with this pregnancy. Like, whose baby is it? Is it anyone's baby? Is it some like mystical demon baby? I feel like we know that she slept with Doc, but like how recently? How far along is she? There's just so many questions. But I am curiously excited for the storyline. I'm very excited to see Wynonna as a mum, you know, even just like leading up to the birth, you know, just like pregnant Wynonna. I'm very interested to see pregnant Wynonna, like Wynonna not being able to drink. That's gonna be interesting. Also, I'm just like, I'm super excited for Auntie Waverly. There is a lot of great possibilities with this pregnancy. So I am excited and I'm very curious to see where they take this storyline. So yeah, that was a bit of a shocker at the end of the episode. But yeah, like I said, that was a great secret. I applaud everyone, and I just yeah, there's just so much information to process. But while we're talking about Melanie, I do want to I want to talk about her performance this episode because my god, that was it. Oh, that was like an intense episode. Melanie fucking killed it. Melanie killed it. Oh my god. So we had what is it? Wynonna? Yeah, Wynonna. We had Wynonna for a bit of this episode. And the scene where like they start off with like Wynonna like had Waverly tied up and was that shake, the rat shake, that was so gross. But then like she went to kill or cut Waverly and Waverly's like freaking out, and then Wynonna comes back. The emotions that played through Melanie's face. I was just like, this chick is a god. It wasn't just like like the only scene that she did it. The scene where she was like fighting Nicole, like belittling Nicole, and then like Nicole leaves and Wynonna comes out for a second and then she like stabs herself. My feels were running wild. But yeah, so the goo transferred again this episode. I'm gonna skip the whole transferring process because I hate it. I still don't understand why that's a thing. Anyway, so the guru went back over to Waverly and my feels like we had Waverly like her like just pure innocent self back at the start of the episode and I loved it, and then Waverly came back and I was just like, no. Like the guru is just beating up on Nicole the whole episode and I'm just like, no, my poor baby, my yeah, so Waverly takes the goo back because she knows Wynonna is the only one that can hold Peacemaker and can use Peacemaker, and they need Peacemaker to kill, I forget, they said the name of the actual goo, but one, I forgot the name, and two, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it. So we're just going to keep on going with the goo. Peacemaker is the only thing that can kill the goo. The Order has figured out a way to do it without Peacemaker, but that includes killing the host, so chopping off the host's head, and Wynonna's like, no one really wants that. No one wants Wynonna's head to be chopped off, no one wants Waverly's head to be chopped off, so the other option is getting the goo out and killing it with Peacemaker. So yeah, we figure out what the silver stash was for. It was like to create this tower, so then when the storm happened, and she was holding on to the tower, then the goo would like, what's the word? Like infuse with the host, and it would like become one. But until then, it was sort of just like two separate things that were fighting for dominance. But when the storm happened and they got like electrocuted, then they would become one. So that's what the silver was for, like just a big lightning rod essentially. But yeah, so after like Nicole like getting like beat down by Wynonna, she heads to check up on Waverly because she's feeling insecure that Waverly doesn't want her, but she's still worried. And she finds the rod. Anyway, so she gets tricked by Waverly. and saying that Wynonna is now the one possessed. And that would make sense because Wynonna was like bashing on Nicole earlier, but there was a lot of possession. Very confusing. Understand where the confusion come from on Nicole's part, but Waverly or Gooverly tricked Nicole to protect her from Wynonna. But obviously that doesn't last long because Gooverly like tells Nicole to shoot Wynonna, and we all know that's not something Waverly would say. So Nicole finds out, and Gooverly just like throws Nicole across the room and like knocks her out. Nicole's just getting beat up this episode. But like, so they had this formula that Doc and Dolls created, and it ejects the goo from the host, and it's like that tentacle thing, but it's like a baby tentacle thing. Grossest motherfucker in the world. Though I don't know how that like worm tentacle thing just like turns into like a ghosty goo able to transfer between bodies. Still not entirely sure about those technicalities, but we'll just like gloss over that. So yeah, Wynonna like trying to get Waverly to drink the potion thing, and Waverly's like, I can't. She's, the goo is like fighting me, and then like she brought up a memory that Wynonna forced her to drink. What was it, like grape juice or something? I don't know. I can't remember. Forced her to drink that juice until it came out of her nose, and she's like, oh yeah, and she full on just like smacks Waverly in the gut and flips her over onto the ground. I was like, what? So Wynonna forces Waverly to drink the goo. Goo comes up, she vomits that tentacle thing out, and Wynonna shoots it, and everything is great, and the way hot scene that followed, I just love them so much. Like, Nicole comes over and is like, holding her. I just cried. She's like, I nearly shot Wynonna because you told me to. She said that she would shoot anyone for Waverly, which is kind of like scary, but kind of cute. I don't know yet. We'll go with cute though. Waverly takes it as cute, and Nicole like, because Waverly puts her hand on Nicole's like neck / cheek / whatever jaw, and I died when Nicole just like curves into it. I just like nuzzles into her hand. The scene killed me, okay? The scene bloody killed me. The kiss, and then of course Wynonna's like, hello? And like there's more teasing between Wynonna and Nicole, which I like. I like that there's still like tension between Wynonna and Nicole. Like, just, yeah. They're two people that I can, would butt heads, and I do enjoy it. But they both have like a common, like a love for Waverly. I just love their dynamic, and I can't wait to see more of like Nicole and Wynonna. Okay, we should talk about some other things that happened in this episode. But let's talk about Lucado for a second, because she fucking dead now. She touched the goo. So yeah. So we're seeing that there's many different ways that the goo can enter into a host. And one of the ways is actually just like touching it by skin contact. And they get some goo because Dolls goes into Wynonna's cell, Goonona's cell, when she's possessed, and cuts off her finger. Oh my god, that that was fucked up as well. Yeah, so Dolls cuts off Wynonna's finger. Obviously, it grows back because the goo can regenerate limbs. But then somehow Lucado, like, melts down the finger into a goo form. Not sure about the science behind that, but it happened somehow. It literally just looks like she put a finger on it, like on top of a Bunsen burner, and just melted it down. So yeah, the goo is there, and then Lucado gets sort of drawn to it. I guess like the way Waverly described that she was drawn to the goo, and it was just like, Lucado describes it as it was like singing to her, like sort of like, what are they called? Like sirens. It was like singing to her, and so she touched the goo, and then she got possessed, but she wasn't like strong enough for it, maybe? I don't know exactly what happened, but the goo just didn't respond well with Lucado, and her head just fucking explodes. What? Yeah, that was unexpected. To be honest, I was like, I was expecting Lucado to be in the whole season, to be honest. Like, I thought she was going to be like the new sort of hated boss that we would slowly get to love, but no, she just explodes. So we need to talk about JC. What's his name? It's Juan Carlo. I don't know how to say his. I'm gonna just keep on calling him JC because I can say that. Yeah, we need to talk about JC because he's reappeared. He's reappeared. So he popped up in like towards the end of season 1. We saw him with Doc when Doc was like leaving, I believe it was, and then he popped up again at the end of season 1 talking to Wynonna, and now he's popped up again, and he is involved sort of with the Order. The Order is this cult sort of thing that we got introduced to today, which is a group cult of people that have been protecting purgatory, sort of. We haven't really noticed them, so who knows how good of a job they actually do. But that's what they do, apparently. And they were the ones that were going to kill Waverly / Wynonna because they needed to kill the goo. They needed to eliminate the goo, and that was the only way they knew how to do it. And so they were willing to take some casualties for the greater good, apparently. So the Order is like good guys, but they don't really give a shit about casualties when it comes to the greater good. That's what we found out. But anyway, so JC is sort of connected to them, but not really. They sort of work for the same thing, I think we gathered. I really don't know what JC's role is, who he is, what he's doing. He has a connection to the Earps. He's invested in them. Invested enough that he tried to convince the Order not to kill them and to give them time to figure out how to get the goo out without actually killing them. So he's invested enough in the Earps that he risked some lives, possibly. Yeah, but I still don't know who he is, what his deal is. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there was a lot of theories going around season 1 who JC is. I don't know. Like, I don't have enough information of JC to put together my own theories, you know? There's a lot that we don't know about him. But I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe he might be connected to Waverly in some regard. I don't know, because it was brought up in this episode that Waverly has some dark corners in her that she doesn't even know about. So there's something more to Waverly that even she doesn't know. I'm assuming we're going to find out this season sometime, and I'm kind of nervous that JC is going to be involved with that, and there's just so many questions coming up. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So I'm assuming we're going to see more of the Order, because Wynonna and that Order dude, I don't know what his name is, had like a sort of a thing at the end of the episode. I'm really not sure what's going on with them. I don't ship it. Like, I feel like I typically ship anyone with Wynonna, except for Waverly, that's fucking gross. But I don't ship them. I don't know why. But I'm assuming we're gonna see more of the Order. We'll see what they get up to. Oh, also, I didn't talk about this, but Nicole's new uniform. Oh my god, hello. I am a huge fan of Nicole's new uniform. Huge fan. I love that it doesn't have buttons. Yup. I had to bring it up because huge fan. But I think that's about it for my recap video. I think I touched everything. I don't know. This recap video was so everywhere. But like this episode just, honestly, it was Melanie's sort of announcement that she'd had a kid and she'd been pregnant for ages. And no one knew. That fucked me up. Good. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you would like to see my live reaction to the episode, that is in my Patreon if you guys want to go check that out. It's linked in the description. But yeah, I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.